Dear students, today we'll study about bit level logical operations. In fact, the lab exercise which is related to the bit level logical operations and rotate instructions. Right? We already know what is a bit level logical operations. The operations, the AND, OR, the complement, clear, set operations, what we can perform on a single bit. Right? Those operations what we'll study. Right? And also we have went through this a bit level Boolean logical opcodes. Right? We already know about this one, special function registers and their address associated with that. We know that the SFR starts from what? ATH to FFH, right? All these special function registers have an address mentioned in that address range. And we know that all these are bit addressable. It means that we can read a bit, we can alter the bit, we can modify a particular bit here, right? And here it shows the bit address associated with all this registers what we have. And also we use, as part of the 8051 internal RAM organization, we studied that from the address 20H to 2FH, all the 16 bytes what we have, all these 16 bytes are also bit addressable, right? And these are the address which are associated with all the 8 bits of it from 00 to 07, right? With this knowledge, and also we studied this mnemonics what we have it here, right? We can perform AND operation on the bit, OR operation the bits, complement operation, clear operations, the move operations on a bit, and set operations. And also we saw a few examples, couple of examples on this one. Children, when I say set B00H, what it means? The bit 0 of RAM by 20H is set to 1. That is set to 1. Similarly, what we have move C, 00H, whatever the data we have it in 00H, which here take an example, if it is 1, which we already set it, right? So that the carry flag bit is also set to 1. And also move 7FH, C. As you can see, all these are bit addressable. Bit addressable, it means that what we have is, this is the bit address what we have, right? Whatever we have mentioned here, it is the bit address what we have, right? It is 7FH. What is 7FH here, right? You can just go through here what we have it. The byte address what we have here, you can see 7F, 782, 7F. It means it points to the last bit, the 8th bit or the 7th bit, if it is, since it is starting from 00, right? 78 to 7F, the 7th bit what we have of 2F byte address, right? Now that bit is set to 1, means since the carry bit is already set to 1 here, the same carry bit I'm copying to 7FH, and so that bit is also set to 1. Similarly, what we have, I'm performing an OR operation between the carry bit and the bit 2 of the port 2 here, right? And also we have an ANL operation, right? With this knowledge, the whatever we studied in the theory class, just to recollect what we know about the bit level logical operations, right? We will go through, we'll execute the program, an ALP program to perform bit level operations here. Yeah, this is the program which I've already written it here. I have the program here, and this is the program which I've written it. I already shared this one to you, and we'll run this program. You can see by default the carry bit is, all the PSW will be initialized. What we have is it is 0. The carry bit is 0 here. We'll change the content here to some content, BF, something like that. The first instruction what we have, set set B, C. Now I'm setting the carry bit to 1 here, right? So that you can see that the carry bit is set to 1. It is a bit level operations. I'm setting a carry bit here. Next, what I'm performing an OR operation between the carry bit and what we have it, P1.6, port 1.6, the sixth bit what we have it, right? The sixth bit what we have it, like whatever is the content we have it. What is the content we have it there now? What is the content we have it there now? Anyone can guess what is the content we have it? Now what we stored is BF there. You can see that P1.7, P1.2, 0. What we stored is BF there. What we stored is, this is 1011. 1011 is nothing but B. F1111 is nothing but F here. Now what we are trying to do it here now? Which bit we are trying to copy now? Now what we have, P1.6. What we have it in 6 now? Right? What is the bit which is set there now? P1.6. Everyone is 0 there. The P1.6 is 0 there, right? So that when I perform an OR operation between this bit and the carry bit, what result you get, right? It's an OR operation. Like any one of the bits is high, the output is also high, right? And the result will be stored in the carry bit here. When I execute also, what will have, the carry bit is still be the one after execution. Next, I'll perform in an AND operation between the carry bit and the same P1.6. We know that this bit is set to 0. The carry bit is set to 1. For AND operation, both should be 1, 1, right? Since it is carry bit is 1, the P1.6 is 0. The carry bit will be modified to 0 here, right? Next, what I will do, move P1.5 comma C. Since the carry bit is 0 now I will move that bit to P1.5, P1.5 here, right? What will happen there? So that you can see the content now. Before it was in the port P1, we had the data as BF. After execution of this instruction, move P1.5 comma C, it has changed to 9F, because the P1.5 we set it with 0 value, because the carry bit was having 0. That 0 we copied into the bit P1.5 there, right? You can see from here. Now what we have it here, 1 0 1, we have it here. This bit is already 0. Because of that move instruction, we made this as 0. This is not changed, right? This still remains the same. So that what is this 4 bits what we have? 1 0 0 1 means what? It is nothing but 9. And what is this? All this will be F. So that the content has changed to 9 and F, right? The content has changed to 9 and F there, right? Everyone agrees with this one, right? Next, what we have, move C comma P1.7. We know that the P1.7 is already set to 1. The carry bit will also be set to 1. Now the carry bit will be 1. What is the CPLC? CPLC means the complement. Now the carry bit is set to 1. When I say complement C, you should get it as 0, right? If it is 0 after complement, it will be 1. If it is 1 after complement, it will be 0 there. Similar, next what we have, again we have ANLC comma P1.6 here, right? Since carry bit is also 0, we know that the P1.6 is also 0. So that still the carry bit is unchanged with the same value as 0. Next, move P1.4 comma C here, right? What is the C? What we have it here now? C is 0. That will move into the fourth bit of port 1. You can change the contents in the port 90 address there. Now it has become to 8 F here. It has changed to 8F because the fourth bit we have set to 0 now. So that what we have done here, it was still 0. This we have changed. This was 0. Now the fourth bit we have changed to 0. This is 1, 1, 1, and 1. What is this one? 1, 0, 0, 0 means what? 8. And what is this? All these 4 ones means F. So that the content has changed to 8F in that 90H memory location. What we have it there. Next what we have ORL C comma P1 dot 5. It is already set to 0. The ORL again will be 0. Move P1 dot 3 comma the bit 3 of the port 1 we are setting with that up. We are copying the data from the carry. Since the carry bit is 0, this bit will also become 0. And what will the address what we have now? 8, 7. Why 8, 7 here? Because the content, the third bit has changed because of that instruction. You can see from this one now what we have. This is 1, 0, 0, 0. The third bit again we set it 0. So that this is 1, this is 1, and this is 1. What we have 1, 0, 0, 0 is nothing but 8. 0, 1, 1 is nothing but 7. So that the content after the execution of that instruction will be 87. Will be 87 here. Again we move C comma P1 dot 7, that is set to 1. We already, so that the carry bit is also set to 1. Next what we do, move P1 dot 2 comma C, and the result is stored in P1 dot 2. Since the bit 2 is already 1 and the carry bit is already 1, there won't be any change in the content. Right? This is how. This is bit level logical operations. Right? How to perform bit level logical operation. You can directly mention the bit address here. You can mention the PSW bit names there, PSW.0, PSW.7, or you can mention the address of particular bit. And as we saw in the diagram, what was the diagram we had? The bit addresses and byte addresses, what we saw there. Right? You can mention this bit addresses directly as part of the move instructions. Right? The set instructions, what we have. Right? You can mention all this to perform bit level operations. Right? Hope everyone understood this one. If you have any doubts, you can ask me the question. Right? Next, what we have is rotate instructions. We have rotate instructions here. We already studied this and what is rotate instruction. Rotate right, rotate left with carry, rotate right with carry, and swap. What we do in the swap is nothing but we interchange the nibbles of the register. The lower nibble will become the higher nibble, and the higher nibble will become the lower nibble here. Right? One of the programs for this one is in order to check with the rotate instruction is counting the number of ones and zeros in a given byte or in a given number what we have it. We'll see that program here. I'll just include, I already written the file. I'll just add that file to my project window. We have this program, one of the how the rotate instruction works. Depending on the results of that rotate instruction, it will set some of the flags. Depending on the flag which is set, whether it is 0 flag, if the carry is 0, if the carry is 1, we'll count the number of ones and zeros in a given byte here. Here what we have, as you can see from this one, we have this registers which are initialized with these values. R1 is initialized with value of 00, and R1 register is used to hold the number of zeros in a given number, right? It will count the number of zeros, right? And it will be stored in register R1. And R2 register is initialized with 00, and this register is used to count the number of ones in that, right? In a given number. Next, what we have, counter for 8 bits. Why it is 8 bits? Because a byte, 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, right? Since we're rotating 1 bit at a time here, right? We have a counter for that one. Next, we have move a comma hash 97h. All are having immediate addressing mode. The data to count number of ones and zero. This is the data what we have, 97h. What is 97h means here? What we have it 97h. How many number of ones do we have it here? If you see 9 is what we have it. 9, if I say something like that, 9 is how do you represent 1 0 0 1. Similarly, if you have 7, how do you represent here? It will be 0 1 1 1. So that when I say 97 here, what we have is we see 1 0 0 1 0 1 1, right? So that if you see the data what we have, which is an 8-bit number, right? How many number of ones do we have it in this one? We have 5 ones and 3 zeros. We'll try to count these numbers with the help of a rotate instruction here, right? Now the rotate, what we have is rotate left with the carry. It means that we are moving the content into the accumulator. We can perform rotate operation only on the accumulator content, right? Next, what we have, accumulator, what we have, the content is moved there, right? Now I'll perform rotate left with carry one bit at a time here, right? Now we'll save this code and run this one. Right, we'll do this one. We know how the rotate left with carry with accumulator works. Just to recollect what we know, we'll just go through that one. We have this instruction, rotate left with carry accumulator. We know that the carry bit, whatever the carry bit is, that becomes the LSB bit of an accumulator here. And each of this bits, one bit, are shifted to the left by 1 bit position here. So the 0th bit will become the first bit, the first bit will become the second bit, the third bit will become the fourth, and similarly the 6th bit will become the 7th bit, and the most significant bit, which is the 7th bit, will become the carry bit here, right? We'll do that. So that we'll see how the execution takes place for this one. Now first we'll initialize the contents to count the number of, to store the number of zeros and ones, and we'll set the counter to 8, and on which data we need to count the number of ones and 0, which is nothing but here we have taken it as 97h, right? The first instruction what we have is rotate left with carry, right? What we have is rotate left with carry. The MSB bit what we have it 1001, right? So I'll keep on rotating this one. If I keep on rotating, what we get it here now, so that the carry bit is set to 1 here. The carry bit is set to 1. Just if you need an understanding of this one, what we can do is we can have it here. Now what we have is 1 0 0. Right. And also we can have one more. column associated with that. Right, so that this will be my carry bit, right? So that what I will do is, that's not the best way. The best way is I'll insert one more, so that the carry bit is now by default. Now it is 0. This is 9, and this is 7. The content what we have it in accumulator. When I do rotate left with carry, what will happen now? Now the most significant bit that will become the carry bit. This will be 0. This is 0. This is 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, and the carry bit will become the least significant bit what we have it here. Right. Next, again I will perform what now? Now again I will perform what now? Again I will perform the operations, shift operation with carry. And what is the carry bit we have it here? It is 1. That is set to 1. This is how the operation takes place. This is how the operation will take place, and depending on whether the carry is set or not, I'll count the number of ones and zeros in the given data what we have it. So that now, since the carry bit is set to 1, what I say, jump carry next. If it is next, I'll go to this one. As we know that the R2 is a register which is used to count the number of ones. So that now since there is a 1, I'll increment the value of the register R2 by 1, the contents by 1, so that the R2 value will easily incremented by 1 here. Again, now what I will perform, decrement jump, no 0. R7 value I have set it to 0.8. Now it will decrement the value by 1, so that 0.7. 0.7 is not equal to 0. Again, it will jump to this loop here. The label I have given it as again. It will go to the loop again here. Again, it will perform rotate left with carry here, right? Now what happened? The carry is 0. Since the carry is 0, it means that there is a 0 bit, 0 in the content what we have it. Now what it says, jump carry next. Since there is no carry, what will happen? It will go to this instruction where it will increment the value of R1. R1 is nothing but a register which is used to count the number of zeros there. Right now it will perform that. Right now it will increment the value of R1 by 1 here. Now simple jump here. Now again it will decrement the value, since that value is not equal to 0. Again it will go to the loop. Again it will perform the rotate left with carry operation. Now you can run this one. You can just run this one, the entire run. We've run it. You can see here R1 is the register which is used. We have seen it. R1 is the register which is used to count the number of zeros. How many number of zeros we had it? We saw it before. It is 0. How many number of ones we have it? It is 5. Right? That is stored in register 5. This is how one of the usage of the rotate instructions. Right? This program will help you understanding how the rotate instructions could be used for building a simple program to count the number of ones and zeros in a given 8-bit number. Hope everyone understood. Any queries, you can revert back to me. I will give the answers. Thank you.